Have you ever given up on losing weight? You know that feeling where you go to a family event, maybe a barbecue in the summer, and you're so embarrassed to get a group picture. You always stand at the back because you feel so insecure in how you look. You just can't stand the thought of your photo being taken. Maybe you walk past a mirror, you just look at yourself, just don't like what you see. Well, I'm here to tell you that no matter what your age, if you're in your 40s, 50s, or even 60s, you can still lose weight and get the results that you want to live a long, fulfilling, happy life. We just need to focus on some key aspects that are going to be the main reasons to implement sustainable change into your weight loss journey. The first main turning point is mindset. Having that shift where we have our goal and we put it into action. I suggest right here is writing it down. Actually get a pen and paper. Don't just think about it, write it down. Why? When we write something down, it makes it more real, it's tangible, it's there, it's physical. So get a pen and paper right now when you're watching this video and write it down, whatever your goal is. Let's use the example of weight loss and feeling more confident in the clothes that you wear. Write that down. My goal is to feel more confident in the clothes that I'm wearing. I am going to lose weight. We want to be certain with what we say here. When we have certainty and we say things with conviction, when we truly believe what we're saying, it increases the chances of it actually happening. This change in mindset can help you reevaluate your priorities. It can make you see what's actually important when it comes to attaining this goal. What activities are you doing just now? Both physical and mental activities, might I add. What activities are you doing just now that's taking you closer towards your goal? And what activities are you doing right now that are taking you away from your goal, okay? Sometimes we most likely have a mixture of both here, but what we want to do is try minimize or remove some of the tasks we're doing that aren't benefiting us and replace them with tasks that we do. We can also do this through modifying certain tasks that we're doing to make the process a lot more seamless. And you might be thinking to yourself, how? How do you do that? It's easier just said than done. And I totally agree. I totally agree. It is a lot easier said than done. Well, how do we get there then? We get there by setting small actionable steps that can be measured, because what gets measured gets managed. We set small actionable steps and we celebrate each of these small victories, because the small victories add up to massive, massive sustainable change. If you are looking for free sustainable fat loss trainings, check the description box below and we'll send you across some fat loss guides that's going to help you along your journey. Now, once you've set your goal, you might have set some small attainable tasks that's going to help towards your goal, but we have to make sure that the tasks that we're setting are appropriate to the goal that we want to achieve. The analogy I like to give here is we wouldn't get a runner to swim if they're trying to get better at running. We want it to be specific to the thing they're actually trying to do. So if your goal is weight loss, if you're wanting to feel more confident within your body, we want to make sure that we're doing things that are going to support with this. This could be physical work, this could be mindset work, or the best case scenario, a combination of the two. What I like to start off with a lot of the clients that I work with is actually focusing on positive self-talk. We want to talk to ourselves how we would our best friend. If you have a best friend, how do you talk to them? Okay? How do you talk to them most of the time? You're probably quite supportive. You're probably there for them when they need you. We want to talk to ourselves the same way. It's all up here. We are on our own team, and sometimes getting over this hurdle, this barrier to get initially started, it can sometimes feel quite tricky. It can sometimes feel like there's this obstacle in the way, this mental block. So the first thing I want you to do once you've written down your goal is have some positive self-talk. Say it out loud. Speak your goal out loud. Remember what I said earlier. Speak with certainty. Talk with certainty. You are on a journey here. You can achieve this. There is no reason why we cannot achieve this. And this leads me into the next thing I was going to say. Negative self-talk. Negative self-talk is the worst thing we can do. If we speak to ourselves negatively, it has a knock-on effect with everything we do. Using the best friend analogy here, you have a best friend and you speak to them terribly. Anything they say, you have a negative comment on it. Anything they try to do, you put them down. So why would we do it to ourselves? Let's talk to ourselves how we would a best friend, and it's going to make your journey a lot more easier, and not only easier, just more enjoyable in the process. Isn't that what we want? Because for something to be sustainable, it has to be enjoyable and flexible. Let's talk to ourselves appropriately, let's be on our own team, and let's get the results that you really want. The last thing I wanted to mention here is to give yourself confidence with the progress that you're getting. This is why we like to set these small actionable goals, because what happens is the more small wins that we get, that builds momentum. What is momentum, okay? The way I like to think of momentum is, let's think of an object rolling down a hill. The more momentum it has, the harder it is to be stopped. You can't stop it. It's just got so much momentum. It's getting faster and faster and faster. You can't sway it off track. It's going in that direction. We want you to be the person that has the momentum, okay? Versus, let's say, something that doesn't have a lot of momentum. It can be the same analogy here, the ball rolling down a hill. It can veer off track quite easily because it's not built that momentum yet. Small actionable wins build momentum, reinstate confidence in your brain, that can allow you to keep pushing further forward and get the results long term that you're really after. And while you're doing this, visualize the future. Where do you want to be? Why are you on this journey? Are you wanting to drop a few dress sizes? Do you want to put on clothes and feel confident in what you're wearing? Do you want to not be embarrassed to have a photo taken of yourself or with your friends and family and not feel like you have to hide in the background? Visualize what it will feel like when you achieve this. Become this person. Visualization stacked up with small actionable wins to build momentum is a huge key that a lot of people are missing, and you can implement right now to get one step closer towards your goals. And with that being said, I'll be honest with you, setbacks will happen. There will be obstacles on the way. I don't want to lie to you. There are things that are going to come up. Life happens, and I absolutely get that. It's not so much what happens though that dictates your results. It's how we react to them. There's a phrase that someone said to me years ago. Life is 20% what happens and 80% how we react to it. We want to be reactive, and we want to react in a way that's going to benefit us. Sometimes we're not always in control of what happens. As I said, life happens, things come up, I get that. Things we plan don't always go to plan. But what we are in control of is how we react to them. Let's use an example here. Let's say you're going out for a meal. You've had a look at the menu ahead of time because you want to eat healthy. And then what happens is, last minute change of plan. Different restaurant, maybe some other people are invited, they didn't have a table big enough. You found a new venue that fits everyone there, okay? Now, it sounds like a small problem, but in your brain you're thinking, oh my goodness, I've planned this meal. I've wanted to stick to my targets. I'm now presented an obstacle, but I'm in control of how I react to it. Yes, there's a new menu there. Yes, I don't have as much time to look over it. But what I can do is choose the best thing I can at that time within the circumstances we're in. Remember, you're not always in control of what happens. Change of plans, that happens. But we still are in control of how we react and the decisions we make from then. So sometimes I like to put a little bit of space between this, okay? Put a little bit of space between this. Something happens, don't just have a knee-jerk reaction. Something happens, create a little bit of space, allows us to look at it from a different perspective, then react appropriately. That can be the key to unlocking the change you want to make. And the last thing I want to mention to you here is I want you to just focus on being 1% better every single day. If you focus on being 1% better every single day, over the course of a year, you'll be 37 times improved. Thank you so much for watching, and if you are interested in learning about the 8 pillars of sustainable weight loss, just click this video on the screen wherever it is, it'll pop up round about now. Hope you have an incredible day. Any questions, just drop a comment below and I'll catch you in the next one. Take care.